Hey Earth Signs, welcome to your weekly reading. This is Tenacious Soul. This is going to be your weekly reading for November 9th to the 15th. So we're going to look at your situation, your challenge, your advice for the week, and then your outcome should you take the advice, okay? So we're going to start off with some oracle cards here. You can check out your sun, moon, your rising if they're in different categories for the week. So take what resonates. Leave the rest here. So what do we have for earth signs? November 9th to the 15th. Got a weekly read here. Earth signs. So we have fork in the road, and then we have loyal heart. So there might be some sort of decision that you're trying to make, a decision that you're trying to make possibly about a love situation or something that's you have a lot of emotion in. It's like a tough decision to make. So let's kind of see what we get here. I'm kind of getting the feeling it's like you don't know which way to go with it in a decision. Could be with a soulmate. So what do we have for earth signs? November 9th to the 15th. Okay, what do we have for the situation? So situation, your current situation is 3 of Wands. That's the challenge. Challenge, we have 2 cards. So we have the 5 of Swords in the World. And then, what advice do you have for earth signs this week? What advice do you have for earth signs this week? Again, 2 cards. So we have 7 of Wands, 4 of Wands. And then what should the outcome be if they take this advice? 2 cards again. So the Fool and the 7 of Coins. Lovers at the bottom of the deck here. So again, could be some sort of relationship with somebody or like this choice, right? It could be either or, because the Lovers can also mean a choice that you have to make. So I feel like your situation is the 3 of Wands. You're waiting for something here. Trying to manifest something. I feel like it's kind of this tug of war, a little bit of like trying to figure out, again, like which way you want to go. Do I want this? Do I not want this? I'm kind of going back and forth on it. I feel like your challenge is possibly ending some sort of cycle here with somebody who you feel maybe wasn't very... There could have been just like there could be a lot of ego in here. So I feel like also like this person could be, there could be conflict with this person. But I also kind of feel like it's like your ego's getting in the way of you closing out this cycle. Like that's kind of your challenge, is to take kind of your ego. So if you're in the state of ego, you're not following your intuition and kind of where you're being guided, right? Ego isn't always just like, rah, rah, I'm the best. Sometimes ego is just, how do I want to put this in words? It's like, if you guys have ever read anything of Eckhart Tolle, he talks a lot about ego, and how we think that's who we are, right? the whole point of like our spiritual path is to figure out who we are, right? Or what am I, who am I? But then even in like, even any sort of question like I am, whatever, a lot of us identify with a job, relationships, like I am a mom, I am a wife, I am a employee. And identifying that is like serves the ego a little bit. So there could be like you're kind of stuck in a, it's like you're stuck in a position where you're like, well, this is what I've always been. You know, I can't end this because then what? Like, then what am I, right? This is what I've always done. I don't know who I am if I don't do this. So there could be some conflict around like ending this or making a decision that will then eventually, you know, obviously if you're making a decision, something's ending and you're choosing something else, right? So I feel like you're choosing between two different paths here. And I feel that, yeah, I just think that that's your challenge, is to like take that ego part of take that ego out of it. I hope that made sense. For any of you who have read Eckhart Tolle, you'll know what I'm talking about, but Seven of Wands and the Four of Wands are in your advice challenge, or sorry, your advice here. Your advice from the universe or the spirit or whatever you kind of believe. So Seven of Wands, Four of Wands. I feel your advice is to rise above. Rise above, find stability here. See how this guy, this Seven of Wands in this deck, he looks like he's almost taking a leap of faith. It's like he has no fear as he leaps forward. And it's interesting because you have the Fool in your outcome, but they both kind of they both kind of look very similar. They're both leaping, right? So I feel like your advice is to move forward into the conflict, move forward into what you've been resisting. And I feel like it's going to work out. I feel like with that Four of Wands there, I feel like there's going to be reason to celebrate. It's going to bring you instability. There's something good coming out of you kind of diving into the conflict almost, right? And then in your outcome, you have the Fool and the Seven of Coins. I feel like this new start that you've been waiting for, that you've been working towards, will finally happen. You'll be finally able to take that leap of faith, move forward in what you have felt stuck in. I feel like that's a little bit more of your outcome, is like, okay, now you can actually, your advice is to take that leap of faith, to move into it, to move into what you've been resisting. And that if you do that, your outcome, I almost feel like, is more freeing. I almost feel like there is a freeing aspect of the Fool here. Taking that leap of faith, there's no baggage, no nothing. He's just, like in this Fool, he doesn't even have his little sack that he has in the traditional Rider-Waite, where he takes that with him. So you're just freeing yourself, I feel like you're gonna feel free. You're gonna feel free in this situation. Again, it could be with a person, it could be a job. It's something within you though that's holding you back, of like, you feel like, well, I this is what I am. You know, if I don't do this, then what, right? So don't let that thought process kind of hold you back or prevent you from making a decision or influence your decision, right? Make a decision that feels good to you, that you know is right for you, regardless of like what purpose it gives you, in the sense of like, I am whatever, right? Again, we have the Lovers at the bottom here, Three of Coins, King of Coins. So could be something to do with work here that you're making a decision on. Emperor behind that could be a decision between multiple suitors as well. right? We've got the King of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the King of Wands, all of this at the bottom of the deck here. So there could be, I feel like there's a decision on who you want to build a foundation with. And I feel like you have options. You either have options in jobs, because all three of these can be like Emperor can be a boss. King of Pentacles could be a boss. The King of Wands is more of like an entrepreneur, so you could be debating on like jobs or starting your own thing if it is with regards to work. If it's not with regards to work, it is a possible people, like love situations. So we're going to get an animal spirit card for the week. This will be your kind of your overall energy for November 9th to the 15th here for earth signs. I'm not super familiar with this deck. I just kind of got it, but I love it so much. So we're going to get a card, and then I'm going to read from the book to kind of give more meaning, and then I'll kind of tie it back in. Okay, so what energy do we have for earth signs for the week of November 9th to the 15th, 2020? What energy for animal spirit do we have for the week? Fire ant. Okay. So this is fire energy, obviously, with the fire ant. Here we go. Okay. So we have fire ant here. So aggression, rigid thinking, following orders. Fire ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that counter them. Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energy is at play. You may also find yourself stewing on a person or situation, only making things worse. How can you break free from the drama and cool down? Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. When in balance, thoughtful and disciplined. When out of balance, argues, excessive heat, gossips. Bring into balance, you would like to have some solo time and walks at night. So I feel like there's possibly a situation here where I feel like there's conflict over, obviously, the situation, kind of like we were saying. Could be conflict within yourself, and I feel like the key is don't get frustrated. Don't let that hold you back. Again, don't let your ego get involved, right? Don't let that ego with the Five of Swords, sorry, and the fire ant, don't let that get involved in your decision here. I feel like you want to use, like you're an earth sign, right? So use a little bit of that fire energy to kind of propel you forward, but don't let it get out of control. Because in your advice, you do have 2 wands cards with the 7 of wands, 4 of wands, but those aren't super fiery action cards, right? So I feel like if there is any sort of situation that kind of ramps you up a little bit, just kind of keep that in mind of don't let yourself get too out of control, or don't let yourself get too involved in gossip, that sort of thing. Again, that can all feed ego, right? So I feel like you just need to kind of take a step back this week and just really follow your intuition and know kind of where it is that you need to go. Again, follow your heart, follow your intuition, right? Loyal heart, be loyal to yourself. Okay, so that is your reading for this week of November 9th to the 15th. Let me know in the comments if it resonated or how it resonated. And again, you can check out your sun, your moon, your rising in the other categories if they are in other categories for the week. And I should be posting some mid-month readings soon. So yeah, I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.